Says, love the ATR salt mine. Any chance you can move the overlay to show game chat? Somehow I've got the wrong overlay. I need to look into this. I don't know why it's there, because it was supposed to be top right, but I must have like confused my files. And I've loaded the wrong one, but I don't know how to fix it right now, so I'm going to need to do that later. Alright, the players are ready. Let's get into this. It is time for Rw9 and Kiileerrz to take to the field against KC's Atow Vatira. Quarter-final of the EU ATR Cup 2v2 edition. Let's see how KSA versus EU goes. Vatira and Atow and Rw9 have all been playing in a bunch of ATRs for 1v1. This is the first time that we've seen Kiileerrz in an ATR Cup. Welcome, Kiileerrz. Both these teams have won their round one relatively comfortably. Although Vatira and Atow did have an easier time than Rw9 and Kiileerrz did against their opponents. But this is going to be a pretty intense one. These are two teams that, if they matched up in a final, nobody would be surprised. Nobody would question, okay, how did these teams get here? They're definitely two of the teams that I could see making a deep run in the tournament today. Well, I mean, the winner of this is already making a deep run into the semi-final, but winner of this match will play against the winner of Zen Exotic versus HB Tempo. So pretty cool run, pretty stacked side of the bracket over here. The other side of the bracket is also incredibly stacked with teams like Nastrali, apparently Jack Stizzy, Oski Toxic, and Joyo Oli over there as well. And it is going to be KC who strike first. Falcons against KC. We don't have that many full team, well, actual organization teams in the tournament today. We've got a few though. Actually, I say that, I just realized we've got a few more than I initially thought. Some of them are rumored though, so we're just going by names today. Oh, nice shot. Rw9 ties things up immediately. Cripsy67, thanks for the 3-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Phonem, thanks for the 9-month prime. He says, hey Johnny, I've been subbed for 9 months. Yeah, I can see that. You're not lying. You're not wrong. And Off the Hair, thanks for the 7-month prime as well. Appreciate that. If you're just tuning into the stream right now or wondering why is ATR Cup 2v2 this week, we decided to switch it up. This is a weekly tournament, so after doing 4 weeks of 1v1, we thought, you know what, there's quite a lot of 1v1 right now with Salt Mine Quals ongoing. Let's do a 2v2 ATR and see what people think about that. Oh, miss there on the backboard read by Atow, a rare miss on the backboard read. He did predict the whiff from the defender as well. It was an awkward position. Rw9 trying to muster all the strength he can and does so to keep the ball defended while at his own goal line. NA ATR is going to be tomorrow, at least the main event will be. The ATR Cup qual for American for NA 2v2 will be tonight. So you can catch some of your NA teams trying to qualify tonight. The full lineup for NA will also be announced later on tonight as well. Be sure to just follow myself, CJ, Rizzo, or Chalkcast on Twitter if you want to find out information like that ahead of time. Vatira. Fake flick against Rw9, who went really flying actually into the goal there, nowhere near being able to recover in that position. Not the first time though I've seen Rw9 using the KC decal against KC. A lot of respect being shown here. Or maybe just a little bit of confusion. It doesn't really work in Rocket League when your nameplate is the main thing people look at. Yeah, the current Zen Exotic match is on CJ's channel. I know a lot of you guys are curious to see Zen because he's not been playing in these tournaments, the ATR Cups. That was a lovely save by Rw9. We're going to get another look at it because Atow scored on the rebound as well. It's all off the Vatira pass. Rw9 was able to save the first shot. Never going to get back to that second one. 3-1. KC off to a great start in the quarterfinal. I believe KC were the only team to not drop a game in round one. Every other team dropped a game. Oh no, I stand corrected. No, Red Mob and Zamway did lose that lead they had against NA Exotic, so they didn't drop a game either. French teams right now looking like the top teams in the bracket. Atow makes it 4-1, but that was a 2v0. So Rw9 got dunked on super hard. Kiileerrz got demoed. They had all the time in the world there to score that. Now, Twins did come second place in the Champions Road 2v2 Cup for the Middle East. They came second to TRK Naupo. Somebody was telling me in my chat earlier on, Naupo's going to sign up to Salt Mine Qual 3, which is this week. I don't know if that's the case. I've not had a look to see if he's in there. But it's getting pretty tense over in the Salt Mine, with less and less spots becoming available with every passing qual. There's 4 players qualified for Salt Mine, 4 in EU, 4 players qualified, of course, for NA, leaving just 4 spots for each region remaining. And players like, apparently, Jack still haven't qualified in EU. Players like Shadi still haven't qualified in EU. He's looking immense lately. Players like Farskiller and Wavy still haven't qualified over there in North America. So it's definitely stacked. We're going to be interested to see who makes it through this week. If you do want to watch along with that, it's going to be the usual top 8 stream time on Friday. EU earlier in the day, and then NA later on. If you guys want to play in the qual, you're going to need to sign up on Wednesday for Thursday's qual. Game 1, heavily in favor of Karmine Corp. Vatira and Atow just playing with their foot at the end of the game here. Rw9 might get a consolation goal. Decides to take it as well. But there will not be time left to tie the game unless KC fake the kickoff and Vatira, or sorry, Kiileerrz rather, just pokes it straight in the net. That would have been the only win condition. Vatira doesn't fall for it, and they do confirm the Game 1 win. That Fossabot command about Arm the Rebels registration, although it says Event 5 in the text, it is the link for Event 6. It's a 1v1 event. Arm the Rebels will be back to 1v1 next week, so if you do want to play in that, be sure to sign up. For EU, you need to sign up by Saturday, because the qualifiers on Sunday, and for NA, you need to sign up by Sunday, because the qualifiers on Monday, aka today, for tomorrow's main event. Okay, Atow's just said be right back 1 minute, so while he does that, let's take a look at the bracket and see what else is happening around about the place. We have got Zen and Exotic 1-0 up on HB Tempo, 5-4, actually a really close Game 1. Joyo Oli 4-1 over Giak Mozzarella in Game 1 there, and no games reported yet for the other 2 series that are currently happening. Diaz dominance in 1v1. It's got a lot of people, I mean, it happens with any player who's dominating 1v1 and not getting the exact same dominant results in another game mode. Everybody's asking, are they, really as good as their 1v1 results would suggest? In Diaz's case, I think he probably is. I back him, but we'll find out tomorrow how he goes in the ATR 2v2 edition. 3-time ATR Cup 1v1 winner over there. 2-time EU ATR Cup winner Nas is going so far so good in the 2v2 event with Jirali. Jirali's new teammates Atow and Vatira doing equally well. There is a chance, since those players are on different sides of the bracket, that we could see the full KC roster in the grand final of the ATR Cup today. That would be Atow Vatira against their new teammate Jirali, should it actually happen. 1-1, just seconds into Game 2. Kiileerrz and Rw9 going to need to do a better job defending together in this matchup. I think my biggest criticism of them and their 2v2 ability throughout history is that they sometimes just go into play their own game kind of mode. They don't really play for each other a lot. They'll play for themselves a lot, just try and get solo goals, but it very often works because they're so quick to recover that after a solo play comes to a halt, the other player will just immediately take over. They're just constantly on the ball one after another. There is one of those sad solo plays. It's going to be 2-1 in favor of Falcons. Kiileerrz on the rebound. It looks like Vatira would have had to just throw himself at this ball. Tough read. Didn't want to throw himself at the ball and miss there. Unfortunately, of course, he could not react when Kiileerrz just went for the ball directly. Now Rw9 with a reset and low 50 attempt. that does get blocked into the corner. Kiileerrz takes over. This is where they do some of their best work, Rw9 and Kiileerrz. I think their biggest weakness in 2v2 is their challenges, where they'll do a lot of isolated challenges and end up all alone on one part of the pitch, or leave their teammate all alone on one part of the pitch. They're going to need to defend as well as a team as they attack as a team if they're going to make a deep run in this tournament. Atow Vatira timing their own attack very well together. Rw9 once again doing as much dirty work as possible to get the ball clear. Yeah, Kiileerrz strips up Vatira, not once but twice. Atow going to pounce on Rw9's attempted shot. Significantly improved from game 1. Kiileerrz. Reset, high shot, saved by Atow. Rw9 went for a reset rebound at the near post, missed it. Simple flick from Vatira. That's better in the challenge game from Falcons. Kiileerrz faking a challenge, forcing Vatira to flick the ball straight into his twin brother. He's now going for a reset at the other end. Oh, he's hit the inside of the post. It's on the goal line for Kiileerrz to score. What a shot by Rw9 to put this ball completely out of Atow's reach. Almost perfect. I mean, it was as good as perfect. Leaving the net that wide open for Kiileerrz. This is what we were hoping for in this matchup. I think everybody tuned in, even KC fans tuned in hoping to see Falcons in form. Falcons fans tuned in hoping to see KC in form. These two teams love playing each other. Although KC, throughout the previous RLCS season, did have the better record against Falcons. Actually, they had the best record against Falcons out of anyone in the entire world, I believe, when it comes to RLCS. Oh, like very close to being a 1-goal game. Vatira off the woodwork. Yeah, KC, I think, didn't they play Falcons twice in Copenhagen? They beat each other one time each. And the important one in the playoff was in favor of KC. The second time they played in playoffs was at Worlds. KC won again. So they've got a winning record against Falcons. I believe they're the only teams who have a RLCS winning record against them. Unless, did Falcons avenge their loss to Gentlemates? Or is that the only one they played? I can't remember if they played Gentlemates again. I'm pretty sure they went 1-1 with G2. And, oh yeah, they did. They beat them in London. Yeah, they did. So yeah, they went 1-1. Kiileerrz pounces on a near post mistake from KC. It's going to be the inverted score from the last time around. This time with the Twins in front. Yeah, it was actually the greatest series in London. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, the only team to beat, or the only teams to beat Falcons in Copenhagen were Gentlemates and KC. KC lost to them once that event. Gentlemates did go 1-0. And then, of course, Falcons avenged that loss in London. The Gentlemates lost, but went 1-1 against G2 in that event as well. So, you know, coming out of London, Falcons had a 1-1 record against G2, Gentlemates, and KC, and I believe winning record against everyone else. And it's going to be Atow fighting back here, 38 seconds to go. They're not done yet. Vatira keeps Kiileerrz grounded, and then Atow knocks him out of the air. Falcons had a decent season. Yeah, you could say that. They had a decent season. If we don't include Esports World Cup, we're just talking about RLCS. Falcons season was they went 1 win, 1 loss against G2, 1 win, 1 loss against Gentlemates, 2 wins, 1 loss against BDS, and 1 win, 2 loss against KC. KC did have the best record against Falcons in RLCS last season. Those do account for all of Falcons' losses. Gentlemates, KC, G2, and then BDS. Do I have it memorized? I thought I did, but then I kind of had to put it together in my head as we talked about that. Once this game was looking pretty over. But I also did check the Wikipedia results. I'm not going to lie to you. I did have Wikipedia right now. Falcons versus Furia. Well, Falcons definitely had Furia's number last season, but South America as a whole might have outperformed MENA because Complexity were 9th place in Copenhagen, which is a lot better than Rw9 managed to do. So I'd say South America's got better depth than MENA at the moment, but Falcons are the best non-NAEU team and have been for more than a year. All right, here we go with game 3. Falcons, KC, all tied up. It was a dominant display in game 1 by the Karmi Corp duo, but the Twins had significantly improved synergy in the next game. But this is going to be a big one. Game 3, very often the one that decides the match. It's very difficult to win 2 straight in lobbies like this. Rw9 all alone. Absolutely no chance against Vatira's flick. Atow took Kiileerrz out of the frame, and Vatira did the rest. How about that for a flick over Rw9's head? No one's reacted to that one. Definitely qualifies for deleted the ball status there with that flick. And Vatira's double leaves Atow undefended. He can't get the ball past Rw9, so good recovery by Rw9. I think if Atow was a little bit more aggressively positioned there, that would have certainly been a goal. They're at Rw9 up high down to Kiileerrz. Top in saved, but both defenders are committed. Vatira pre-flips to save another shot and defends the back corner boost as well. Kiileerrz committed into that back corner to grab it. Rw9 dodges the grind demo from Vatira, sorry. Atow follows up. There's been aggression in front of the ball from Atow and Vatira in this third game. One of the positions where you really need to help each other out in defense in 2v2. It's when you've got that pressure off the ball coming from the opposition. Hertz3213, thank you for the 3-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Also Findor, thanks for the 4-month prime. Welcome back to you as well. Hope you guys have all been enjoying the ATR Cup and the Salt Mine Quals this month. It's been really fun from our end, bringing you guys the matches. The players have been great to work with. The co-streamers have been great to work with as well. And the whole team behind the scenes, making it very easy, very smooth for us to just show up and stream the matches for you guys without having to get bogged down on the organizational side too much. Now Kiileerrz has Rw9 to his left. Didn't want to blatantly pass the ball straight to him though, and run into an obvious interception. Great cover in the mid pass there from Atow, but boost has been taken away here from Rw9 and Kiileerrz' side, so they're going to still be in control. Oh, nearly double committed and dunked on each other, Rw9 and Kiileerrz. Vatira takes Kiileerrz out of the picture with the demo. He's actually kind of respawning in a better position almost. Gets right back into the game. Yeah, it's a bit confusing seeing Rw9 with the KC decal, but that's his choice. We've talked about this a bunch on Shotcast recently. It's like, what is going on in game? Why are teams allowed to use other decals? How is it not in the contract? Especially with Bacchus mod being able to change your card to whatever you want. Really does feel quite easy to me for orgs to just say, hey, you've got to use your decal if you're going to sign. Good? Okay, cool. Nice. Now everybody's going to see our decal and we'll get more sales. Clean landing there by Kiileerrz. Does get outplayed in the follow-up, but now Rw9 joins the fray. Atow, not a lot of boost here, but actually shrugs off the bump. And is he scoring here? Wow. Well, Atow was in a really, really awkward position here, but the bump did nothing to him. And he did so well to keep his momentum and score on the counter-attack. They knew he was boost-starved, but Atow just rolled with the punch and went 1v2 for the 2-0 lead. Let him use whatever he wants. Yeah, that's what orgs do, it seems, in Rocket League. They just let their players use whatever decal they want, and then they say, wow, why do we not get any decal sales? The Leopards Ate My Face Reddit comes to mind. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that one. Might have to do a Chalkcast bonus episode on that one, because that's really fun. Fun Reddit. I'm going to put that in the group chat right now, actually, see if the boys like it. One minute to go. Kiileerrz and Rw9 down 3 now. They've really not had too much to write home about in offense, and it's all gone wrong here. Kiileerrz getting smoked in the 50 by Vatira, and in it goes. Vatira just muscles it past him. This has swung once again in favor of the blue wall. And it's going to be 4. Atow with the top bins finish from distance. Fake kickoff by Vatira, and in the net it goes. It's really got out of shape here for Falcons at the end, but you know, inside the final minute, a lot of you are probably wondering, well, where was Rw9 going? Why did he leave Vatira, or why did he leave Kiileerrz alone in defense against Vatira? But he's thinking one step ahead. He's thinking, if Kiileerrz can win this 50, then I'm going to be on the ball on this side of the pitch, and maybe we can score and come back within a goal. And you need to make those risky plays in games like this where your offense has been so quiet. You've been outstruck 13, now 14 actually to 7 by Atow and Vatira. And you're not going to win against these guys when you've got those kind of shot differentials. Can Kiileerrz put in a consolation goal? Reset, and the finish. Just like game 1, they're taking these consolation goals when they can get them. Are they going to be able to invert the scoreline once again with the kickoff goal? We've had 4-2 in favor of KC, then 4-2 in favor of Falcons. Falcons going for another 4-2 loss. You know KC are going to defend this as well as they can. No freebies on this pitch. Falcons will have to work for it, and they're not going to get it. Vatira grinds it and puts them on double match point. I know a lot of you guys think it's really cringe for an org to demand their player to use their decal. It's a business. It's only business. And if you want to run a business at a profit, you have to make sales to offset salaries. Yeah, I don't think you really got much of a choice in the matter. I feel like that's going to be more of a thing next season. And yeah, players could just back his bud whatever decal they want. Maybe they've only got the rules like that in tournaments, so maybe they say in tournaments, like, maybe it's just RLCS. Maybe in RLCS you need to use the decal, but other tournaments are fine not to. Yeah, maybe it's RLCS equals team decal every off-season tournament and personal stream, whatever. But it would be like, imagine you're watching your favorite sports team, and then one of the players just shows up in a random, like, t-shirt. And then the teams say, "Hey, you've got to wear the football team's just official top. To be honest, it's got all the sponsors on there. They've paid for you to wear it. You just pull up in a plain black T-shirt, and then the player being like, "Wow, that's so cringe. Can't believe you'd forced me to use that. In fact, I feel heavy in this jersey. The team jersey feels heavy." So no, I can't even play well. Like, can you imagine that conversation happening in real life? No, because it's ridiculous. That's good technique by Rw9, flipping back onto the wall there. It's a great way to challenge when you're on the wall. A lot of players in lower levels, when they're trying to challenge an opponent who's slightly off the wall like that, what they'll do is they'll side flip or flip away from the wall to challenge the ball. But what Rw9 did there that's quite smart, and something you guys should try in your own games, is jumping off the wall and then flipping back onto the wall, trying to go through the ball in the process. That way, even if you don't get the ball, you're still going to recover much, much faster. And you can turn around on the play immediately, challenge from behind, much less all in, and more quick follow-ups, like shooting if you do win the ball like Rw9 did there. Not the greatest comparison. It's a one-to-one comparison, I'd say, the whole like team jersey. Don't know what sports you guys are mainly fans of in the chat. Let's just say football, because it's the biggest sport in the world. Can you imagine like Lionel Messi pulls up and he's like, actually, I'm just going to use the Real Madrid top today. I know it's, you know, Barcelona, my childhood team, the team I played at my whole life, but I don't know, I feel like kind of heavy in the Barcelona jersey. I'm just going to wear Real Madrid today. Like what Rw9 is doing here. He's literally wearing the other team's decal. That's what's happening. No, it's a community tournament, so it doesn't matter. But players do this in RLCS, and it's very, very confusing. In football, you have to. In RLCS, you can use what decal you want. That's the point! I don't know how I need to explain this. That's the entire point. I'm saying you shouldn't be allowed to. I'm saying it should be mandatory to just use the decal. How are you guys missing this? Yeah, but I think most of you get it, so we'll leave it at that. Oh! Okay, that's just in. Rw9 makes it 3-0. And it looks like Atow wasn't quite sure. Oh yeah, he thought that was going to hit the post. So Atow thought that was going to clip the post and maybe go across the goal, maybe go off the post and into the box. Didn't want to flip in case he centered it, and it just went straight in. So another one-sided game. Every game so far has been one-sided, but it's been switching. So Falcons have been taking the even games, KC have been taking the odd games. That does not bode well for Falcons in Game 5. But right now, it's looking like that is where we're headed. Ton of time for Kiileerrz to get to work off the ceiling. Atow forces him early. It's a great challenge from Atow, giving Vatira a ton of time to take the ball after him. Double save by Rw9. Stops Vatira's flicks and also flies onto Atow as well. The solo play marathon continues though, and this time Kiileerrz finds a hole in Atow's defense, and it's underneath him. So both teams going blow for blow there for a bit, and eventually Kiileerrz puts one past Atow. Fascinating how this has swung back and forth so consistently between these two teams. In fact, we've got another 4-1 on the board. This time it's KC scoring. So every single game we've seen 4-1 at some point, which is really strange. I can confirm, by the way, as Atow and Vatira start to mount a comeback, that the winner of this series we're currently watching will be playing against Zen and Exotic, who have won 3-0 for the second round in a row. They're already advanced into the semi-final. We've got another couple 3-0s to report. Apparently Jack and Stizzy eliminating Hydra and Dead, and Oski and Toxic have eliminated Gazi and Dr. Known. So whoever wins this match will be playing against Zen and Exotic right here on my channel in the first of two semi-finals. Still time for Vatira and Atow to finish this in 4 games. Rw9 can make it a whole lot more difficult. That's not actually a bad result for him as he doubles it way over the bar. Straight back to Kiileerrz. Well, what a back pass this is. Rw9 realized he couldn't double that on target, so he put it straight up in the air instead. That's a really good adjustment by Rw9. He was probably thinking about flip, reset, double tap into the net initially, but putting it up in the air is definitely a lot better than just smacking the crossbar and clearing the ball naturally. So 5-2, first time we've seen 5 goals for either team in one game in this series. Falcons, as always, never happy with their goal tally. They try to add to it whenever they can. I don't know if you guys saw that graph that came out rating teams' offense and defense from the World Championship, and Falcons were by far the #1 offense in the tournament, but their defense was pretty mid. There's a lot of teams who had higher defense than them. I don't remember who the #1 defense was. Was it G2? For G2 #1 defense? Or was it BDS? I think it might have been G2. Somebody remind me? When I think about defense from last RLCS season, G2 are the first team that come to mind. So I think it probably was G2. They have a lot of low-scoring games, a lot of 1-0s, a lot of one goal wins. They do hold teams to clean sheets quite a lot, or they keep their sheet clean, I suppose, is what I should say. Falcons, meanwhile, they run up the score. They do leak a lot of goals at the other end compared to the other top teams. This is going to be a final example of it as they send us to Game 5 with a 2-goal advantage. No games this series have been 1 goal or overtime. They've all been 2-goal gaps at a minimum. So Vatira's left the lobby to go get a car change, I imagine, while we're waiting for him to get back in here so we can start Game 5. Remember, use the !register command in chat if you want to sign up for next week's ATR Cup, which I can confirm is going to be a 1v1 tournament. We're going to be going back to 1v1 next week. And the week after that, we'll see. If you guys are liking the 2v2 edition of the ATR Cup, be sure to let us know in comments. Be sure to let us know on social media, and we'll definitely be running one of these again if you guys want us to. And just like Salt Mine, even if you're not sure whether or not you want to play the qualifier for ATR Cup, if you're gonna, you're not sure if you're available or you're not sure you want to, just I'd suggest signing up anyway so that you don't miss the sign up window, the sign up deadline. And then if you do decide to play, all good. If you don't want to play, it's fine. The bot will remove you. You won't get any punishment. Happens all the time. Players sign up and then something changes. They can't play. It's all good. You're not going to get banned from future events or anything like that. All right, Game 5. Vatira's in the Octane. Wasn't liking the Fennec feel. He's going to come flying in for a ceiling challenge here. It's a super effective one. Actually takes control of the ball and had a block on Kiileerrz attacking angle. Rw9 safely defends, using his own backboard to help clear the ball. Now the air dribble from distance. Flip reset from Rw9. Used early. And now dunking Vatira. And it's 1-0. It was actually the other way around. He went over Vatira initially and dunked on Atow, but what a goal by Rw9. Early reset. Past 1. And a monster dunk past 2. Atow not having a good time with his 50-50s in defense in this game and the last. Perfect start for the Falcons duo. They're now fighting for a mid boost, but luckily for them, KC have all backed off away from the ball. Rw9 going past Atow once more. Kiileerrz follows up. It's 2-0. A disastrous start for KC. As one extra touch from Rw9 takes it past Atow, and then Vatira just watched it. I don't know why he just watched that ball go past him. You've got to assume that there's a very realistic chance that Kiileerrz or Rw9 would attack that ball, which they did. And then the fake kickoff from Kiileerrz and Rw9 got them possession. Oh, Vatira just banged it in their net though. What a shot. Rw9 thought he'd done enough with that clear to waste some time. What a rip by Vatira. Straight in the top corner. And they're back within a goal. Early interception by Kiileerrz. Looks like Rw9 is expecting him to play that forward. Kiileerrz actually tried to pass it back off the ceiling. Rw9 is bailed out. And now 50-50s it back to his twin brother. Kiileerrz knocks it forward onto Vatira. And it's off the post. That was an open bottom corner by Vatira. He could have scored there. Bit of a misplay by Kiileerrz to give the ball away. Vatira did not punish him. Now Kiileerrz trying to take control in the back corner. This is a pretty safe position if he can get behind the ball, which he does. Atow doesn't want to just drive straight into this. He wants to take control of the ball. Has that given it away to Rw9? No, it hasn't. Rw9 just bangs it off the back wall. Nobody there to follow up. Atow's reset. Strangely harmless going the other way. That's a great dodge. Vatira dodging Rw9's bump. Atow can't say the same thing, but here comes Vatira. Length of the pitch with the air dribble. And even though Atow had been demoed, Kiileerrz, being the only defender, needed to make a touch, which he couldn't get. Atow down to Vatira again. Vatira looking for the hat trick with a tight angle double. It's saved. Vatira does come away with the boost though, and now it's Atow with the ceiling set up. Drops it to his left softly, inviting Vatira to join the attack. Rw9 declines. Falcons They're using a lot of fake challenges here. This is unusual to see from them. They usually just charge head on. They don't want to get baited in. They know that KC expect them to be challenging early every time, making what they think is a necessary adjustment to stop KC from reading them. KC are denying clears, so they're boxing Falcons back. This is not where Falcons want to be. They are capable defenders. In fact, they're famous for their defense, but when it comes to 2v2, it's really their offense, like their threes game, these days, where they're most comfortable. Atow with a long shot away from the wall. It's a nice dodge by Kiileerrz. But once again, Vatira has intercepted the clear, putting Falcons in a tricky position. Another an even trickier position. Vatira has Atow in field. Can't find him. Also can't find a shot on target. Ground double by Vatira. It's gone back to Atow. They're just circling the box right now, stealing boosts away and keeping Falcons pinned back. It's a massive win by Rw9. In fact, he's put it on target. Kiileerrz was totally out the game there. It's a big play by Rw9 to survive. Ball chase challenge by Rw9. Kiileerrz commits to the play. They're not comfortable defending in these extended exchanges. Falcons, they so badly want to attack. They so badly want to control the midfield. Right now, KC are just not letting them do that. Heavy touch by Vatira. Finally, Falcons have a chance to take the ball under control. It is, however, contested and taken away from them again by Atow. I mean, this is ridiculous. The midfield defense by KC, something that Falcons just cannot get past at the moment. Vatira snipes the bottom corner. And out of nowhere, they lead 3-2. 45 seconds to go. Rw9 on the back wall. Vatira just slams it under him. And Vatira's shooting in this game has been top tier. From 2-0 down to 3-2 lead. Half-flip kickoff from Atow will get us into midfield play. Rw9 will have the first play though. Launches it to Kiileerrz, who has to go ceiling. Blocked immediately by Atow. Vatira just controlling the game right now. He's already scored a hat-trick, and now time is on their side. Like I said earlier, the winner of this will play against Zen and Exotic in the very next match on stream. If it's going to be an all-France affair with a little side of Belgium, Vatira and Atow just need to hold on. Rw9 50s it through, but Kiileerrz missing a boost on the back corner, slows down the counter-attack. Can Vatira make it 4-2? Once again, he'll set up Atow. He'll do just that. And it's not over just yet. But Kiileerrz and Rw9 need a kickoff goal. They can either close cheat and try to slam it in, or they can play for the demo here. They don't have many options. The half flip again by KC just wastes all the remaining time. That's so smart by KC. I really don't think there's a way to score in 2 seconds against that strategy. 4 goals in a row. KC advance to that semi-final. But great games. Rw9 and Kiileerrz putting up a good fight. It was the odd-numbered games that went KC's way, the even-number games that went Rw9 and Kiileerrz' way, saving the best to last there, the closest game at the end, as Atow and Vatira fight their way through the bracket. Elsewhere, we've seen apparently Jack and Stizzy sweep Hyder and Dead Monster. I mentioned that during the series. Oski and Toxic's opponent is going to be Joyo and Oli. So the only top seed which lost in the first round was Atomic and Tekos. And HB Tempo is actually the 9th seed, so not a bad job again by the seeding committee. Yes, that is Terrence and myself, and also the ranked leaderboard. A lot of ranked leaderboard MMR being used for seeding here. Turns out ranked does actually translate quite well to tournaments.